Well, here we are in the Honda section of the shop, and this here is the all-new 1100 Rebel with a DCT transmission. This guy here just got uncrated the other day, but we have prepped and waiting for us the black version of that bike out on the front porch. We're about ready to go jump on it right now, take it for a spin, and see just exactly what this machine's all about. And there she is, the Black Beauty. 2021 Honda CMX 1100. So what we're going to be doing today is giving you a first ride of this vehicle. Going to let you know how it feels, how it sits, how it rides. I'm going to tell you everything about this machine as we're riding down the road. So this is the Honda DCT transmission. As it comes up, we have PT and EB. So we have total power, traction control, and engine braking is what we have up here on the dash. Now when it comes to modes on this motorcycle, we're going to have drive, and then we're going to have sport mode. So sport mode is going to allow you to have the least amount of computer interaction. So in sport mode 3, there's going to be very minimal computer intervention. It's going to be shifting really quick and shifting really hard. It's going to be the most aggressive mode that you can have this motorcycle in. You then go to sport mode 2 and it kind of decreases the RPMs a little bit, and then sport mode 1 is going to be sportier than drive, but it's still going to have quite a bit of computer intervention. All right, we're in neutral here. Let's go ahead and hit the start button. Get this thing fired on up. 0 miles on the odometer. Brand new, just out of the crate. Pretty cool. Neutral, drive. There we go. So this is going to allow me to choose up or down the amount of traction control, the amount of engine braking. So let's take this down to P level 1. Let's turn traction control all the way down and engine braking all the way down. Interesting. So I thought that this bike still had sport mode, but looks like we don't have that. We just have the ability to control everything up here on the dash. This over here is going to be our cruise control. This here is our traction control. Lets us know that traction control is currently off, it looks like. Again, no shift lever down here, no clutch lever up on top. I can use this button over here with the plus on it. It's going to allow me to shift up, and this is going to be my shift down lever if I choose to go into manual mode. So first off, I'm going to say that the actual cockpit of this motorcycle is pretty interesting. So the motor, because of the DCT, is really wide here at the bottom. It's super narrow up top, which allowed them to get this really sleek, contoured tank up here. So where your knees come into the motorcycle, it's really tight. But down here where your feet sit, look how wide that clutch is, or that transmission. Both sides of the motor stick out quite a ways. So we're on a mid-control with your knees kind of pinched in, but your feet are really far out. It's kind of an odd configuration. All right, let's get this done. So right now I'm just selecting the gears, so third gear, second gear, first gear. So it looks like I have that in manual mode. With all those controls turned off, I'm actually manually shifting through the gears here with my index finger. Shifting up and my thumb to shift down. This truck by, let's open this thing up. fully pinned open right now. My speedo's jumping between 97 and 98 miles an hour. I find that really interesting because when I ride the Africa Twin, I can get that thing up to about 125, 130. I'm really surprised at the lack of top end that I'm finding on this machine at the moment. I just tried to grab the clutch and shift. That's funny. Now this thing is extremely smooth. Man, the smoothness of this machine. Now it isn't mid-control. My feet are directly below my knees and my legs come out at a 90. I love the way it sounds when it downshifts like that. Oh, that's awesome. All right, we're gonna have to do some action right here. Oh, there's the select button. All right, so it's automatically gonna shift itself down into the lowest gear. Lake Pleasant, 12 miles ahead. Now what I want to do is change my mode here. Lapse time, range, mode, trip A, total. There we go. Ah, sport mode right there. Sport mode, standard mode, rain mode. That's what I was missing. So user defined. I told it to be in user mode and I told it I wanted no assistance. Interesting. So now I'm going to go to sport mode. Yeah, sport mode. See, 3 bars on sport mode, and engine braking is also big, but traction control is limited. We then go to standard mode and we have a little bit less power. We have mid-range in the traction control and mid-range in engine braking. And then when we go to rain mode, engine braking gets dropped down a lot because I don't want this thing to skid out. Traction control's at 100% and power is down to just 1 little bar down there. So now we're in sport mode. Let's see how this machine handles. Oh yeah! All right, so it's still in manual mode. Let me see how I get this thing to go into automatic. There we go. Now we're in sport mode and we're in drive, full power. I believe we're going to be shifting now. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh, this thing feels good. So even in fully automatic mode, I love to be able to downshift on these bikes. My favorite part about riding the Africa Twin with the DCT and the Talon, actually, the Talon was so fun in the dirt. What happened there is I come in a little, and then I downshift as I'm coming into the corner and then just fly out. It's so fun, dude. So even though it's automatic, it's super fun just to toggle between the gears and to feel the motor move and have action. Super cool. That's awesome. Sport mode shifting and the DCT is so fun. It puts a smile on my face. It's freaking fun. Okay, here we go. There's going to be our top speed run. Come down here. 0. Ready? Set. Go. Full pinned open. Woo! Front end almost came out of the ground right there. 4th gear. 5th gear. 6th gear. right at that 98, 99 miles an hour. So it's the same thing I experienced in the Honda Talon. It didn't matter what mode you were in, your top speed was the same. The only thing that changed was how aggressive it shifted and how fast you got there. Look at this thing. Nice, dude. Alright, let's flip this thing around. What a fun little scoot out here on the new Honda Rebel 1100. This is a pretty unique machine. It doesn't have the total power that I thought it was going to have, it being an 1100. But I can say that this would be one of the only 1100s that I would want to throw a brand new rider on. You throw a brand new rider on this bike in the most computer controlled settings and almost nothing can go wrong. I mean, everything's going to be monitored by the motorcycle, and you're just going to have a great riding experience. And then as your skill level increases, as your need for speed increases, you just dial this thing up and get rid of some of those nanny mode. You can then take control of shifting yourself and monitoring the brakes yourself. I mean, this bike really could be a do-it-all machine as far as novice riders through expert riders. Now, as far as expert riders go, I think you're going to get bored with the lack of total top-end power that this bike has. I really wouldn't, in the current seating position, I really wouldn't want to ride this thing for more than probably 3 or 4 hours at a time. If I did want to go on a long trip, I need some sort of highway peg that I could be able to stretch my legs out and put them out. I mean, what you can do is you can kind of put your leg forward, but just the way that this sits so low to the ground, you'd be you know, in danger of actually putting your foot down to the ground. You put your foot down to the ground in front of this peg, boom, it's gonna rip your ankle right off. It'd be bad news. But yeah, I don't know, I think the ergonomics as far as the cockpit goes feels really, really nice. I have a nice little bent contour to my elbows right here. That feels really good. The bars don't feel too high or too low. They feel just perfect. I really like the view out of the cockpit. It's really nice. Honda did a really good job with the styling on the front end of this machine. Now, I'm not so sure that I'm keen on the side view, how high the tank kind of sticks up and kind of swoops down. Not my particular style, but that's all user preference, right? I can tell you this bike feels extremely solid. I mean, there's a lot of other bikes that I've ridden recently that have more of a not so quality feel to them, but this bike here, it's super solid. Everything feels really refined. The motor is extremely smooth. There's no shifting to do on your own unless you want to. Like I said, the sound of this thing as it shifts down, oh, puts a smile on my face every time. I love it. It's so fun to ride. These DCT motors are fun to ride. Yeah, I prefer having a clutch. I really like the things I can do with the clutch. But these DCT motors are super fun to cruise around on. Great machine, man. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. I mean, this bike it's going to be the ticket for lots of people. I mean, with an MSRP at just $9,999, so less than $10,000, you can get into a 1000cc or 1100cc motorcycle. It's just really cool. Honda quality, Honda reliability.
First ride impressions on the brand new Honda Rebel 1100. Fun machine. If you're a novice rider or if you're an expert rider, you're going to have a lot of fun on this bike. Honda's done a really good job at giving you a quality machine at an entry-level price point. I mean, it's kind of a mid-range price point. Entry-level, I would say, would be right around the $7,000 or $8,000 mark, but at $10,000, at less than $10,000, you really can't go wrong with this machine. So if you're looking to just get out there and have a good time cruising around on a bike that is super easy to ride, this Honda Rebel 1100 might be the bike for you. If you have any questions about how this bike ran or what I felt while I was on it, please leave a comment down below. And if you got to this point, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please think about hitting that subscribe button and notification bell. Anyhow, I'm Kyle Bradshaw from MotoCity. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, take care and ride safe out there.